again with Michelle Valancourt's show jumping as the clock is counting down to Caroline's entrance into the arena. Tolan King is a 10-year-old Irish sport horse owned by the Tolan King Partnership. And Marilyn, why don't you talk us through this test and our first ride here at the 5-Star?
Okay, this test has been going on for several years, and it really has worked out well. You start out with a medium trot, just a shorter diagonal of the medium trot. They want to see the horses push and lift. And then comes the hard part. You have to do a shoulder in, and it's on the quarter line, so it's halfway between the center line and the rail. And to try and stay on that line, keep the hind legs on the line with the shoulders inside. And she seems to be doing a good job of it, but we're not sitting there. For the one judge that is sitting at H, she's going to be able to see that alignment much better. Then on to the half pass, and this half pass is quite a distance because normally we go from the center line, but now you're going from the quarter line. So you've got to go a lot more sideways, a lot more lateral movement and see more lateral reach and maintain the bend and the engagement. And that's difficult to do on a long distance like that.
How difficult is it to be the first in the arena from the rider's perspective and the judge's perspective?
Well, I think from the rider's perspective, it's not that difficult. They're just going in there to go for it, no matter whether they go first or last. Unfortunately, they think that if you're going first, you're not going to get as good a score as if you go in last. But, I mean, I've been at competitions where the first horse that goes in wins, so it's just seems like that, but it's not really true. But from the judges, you know, you have the test ride, which is great, so you all get into the using your scribe and the whole system and making sure everything works, and you've already talked to the other judges, so you just get into it, and it's just like doing any other competition.
So Caroline's had some good results, a fourth place finish just last month at Stableview. They tend to be trending around the 34, 36 mark. So far this test is trending above average for Caroline. Would that line up with what you're seeing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see any scores, but I see what I see, and she's doing a good job. I don't see any place so far that you'd be taking down. She'd be much lower to the 30s for sure. But we'll see. Maybe the canter work, he gets uptight. But here, this is difficult. This is a medium canter. You have to go to P and then maintain the counter canter and then do a flying change right at A, right in front of all the judges so they can all see that one. But it was a clean change. And then immediately right into the half pass. And depending on where you sit, you can see the alignment of that half pass. From our point of view, it looked fine, but from the judge at C, maybe the haunches were trailing, maybe they were leading. And now we do an extended trot, which is even more. You want to see the utmost in extension here. Collect and maintain that counter canter. Good for her. Whoops.
What's your comments there?
Whoops. Oh, it's really unfortunate. And people don't understand that the judges really want you to do well. And we get upset when they have problems like that. But that's the only problem she's had so far. I think the change might have been clean, but it was a little resistant. And then here we have the stretch circle. You want to see the horse lengthen his frame. He's a little bit tight right now after that change, so he's not as relaxed in the back and able to stretch down. And then our last two changes, let's see if she can. And it's hard from here. We just see the back end, and the judges are seeing it from a different angle. He didn't quite stay straight there. A little exuberant about the changes, and that's where her score goes down because he doesn't have confident changes, but he is doing them.
And still a young horse at just 10 years old, needing to get confirmed. The 4 changes in this 5-star test are really, really important to the bottom line. But we are going to throw down to the third member of our team, Frankie Theriot-Stutes, down at the end gate.
Hi, everyone, and good afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Elkton, Maryland, in Cecil County, and the scene is definitely set.